Ladies and gentlemen, we're here with Diego Gonzalez out of Bonita MMA.
How's it going,
Diego,
brother?
welcome. How are you, bro?
Pretty good. Pleasure to be here.
Okay, so let's get down here, man. How old are you?
21.
21, okay. Let's get right into it here, Diego. So at what age did you start doing any form of fighting or some kind of training? What age?
Well, since a kid, I've always been fighting in school and just getting in a bunch of conflict when I was young.
What age you think? When was that starting?
Since elementary.
Elementary school.
Yeah, just always fighting, aggressive kid, problems, But as I got older, I always had brothers, so
yeah,
they always try to teach me, some type of way to fight. But not so long ago, 2 years ago, my brother Johan, we had just got back from a job, and he looked up a gym, and Bonita Martial Arts.
Yeah,
and he said, get your shit. Let's go try it out. So, we went and tried it out. Got there, sparring day too. I got to spar against Daniel. So
right into it.
Right into it. He put me. He gave me some work, so I fell in love with it.
Okay, so go back to your childhood here. Fighting a lot.
Yes, sir.
Why would you say you were full? What was going on? Were you having a lot of anger in you? What was
anger problems?
Anger problems.
Yeah.
Why do you know why that was happening? How was your family life? How was
just problems? Nothing out of the norm. Just problems.
Getting into stuff.
And
so you just enjoyed fighting, or you did it because people picked on you? Why did the fights happen?
I did it a way in order to express how I feel, because I wasn't able to communicate verbally, so I would try doing that physically. So it was always a problem for me, having anger issues.
And what you said, you have a problem communicating. You couldn't communicate verbally.
Yeah, I would either always either cry or just start balling up my fists, and it was never no good.
And this was very early on.
Very early. They put me in a bunch of anger management classes, and it worked, but not as much as this. This is what Bonita has showed me. Yeah.
And so, as a kid, did you get kicked out of school for fighting all the time?
Just expelled and suspended, mostly.
And what were how did your parents react to that?
Oh, grounded for sure.
Yeah.
Ass whooping.
Ass whooping.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you got expelled. Then did you ever have to relocate to another school, or did you stay in the school? Where was this, by the way? What school?
Blueberry Elementary's Imperial Beach.
Imperial Beach. Okay,
yeah.
Got it. And then, so did you ever have to go? Did you ever have to go to another school? Like, say, hey, that's enough.
No. I was always lived with my cousins, and we always stayed together. So there's really no need to relocate. Always going to school with them. So.
And so you had different families living together. Was it your family?
Yeah, just my aunt and her two sons.
Did you live with your mom and dad?
Yes.
You did?
Just my mom.
Just your mom?
Yeah.
Okay, dad was out of the picture?
Not out of the picture, but the weekends.
Oh, weekends. Okay, so they were divorced.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. So they're with mom, aunt, couple cousins.
Couple cousins, yes, sir.
Right? And this is like elementary school, and that carried on through middle school and high school. You were fighting all the time.
Yes, sir.
Did you like fighting?
I liked it in the form of expressing myself. So it was a way to express myself in a way I never knew. So I guess.
Did you immediately get respect when you were fighting? You were a good fighter, I'm assuming?
I would come back from school some days after getting suspended, and I would like the feeling of, you fucked that kid up or something like that. But it was never something good,
Yeah.
So.
But you kind of liked the feeling, right?
I like the feeling,
of having some respect.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, so then go through the actual MMA training.
Oh yeah.
Didn't start until
around 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay, and then what got you into that? You said there was one by your house, something like that, right? But who inspired you? What friend? Was there a fighter that you saw? Was something you saw on TV? What made you know what? I want to do MMA.
It wasn't really just MMA. It was just kickboxing.
Kickboxing.
Yeah, my brother had looked it up, the gym, but he didn't mix martial arts, and he had seen kickboxing, so he called them, and they told him to come in. He told me to get my stuff. Let's go in. We sparring day, so I got there. They gave me some gloves. They put me in sparring. So
and that was just boxing. You don't jump into kickboxing sparring first day.
Yeah.
Right.
It was just boxing.
And so when you were growing up as a kid and fighting, like you never wanted to get into boxing or anything before then? It took that long?
I'd love to. I always wanted to.
Yeah.
It just my dad never wanted me to be put in those environment, that type of sport. So.
Okay, so then why now? Because your age?
Yeah, my age. I have more of an advantage. Of,
Yeah.
Meaning, this is my life.
Dad, this is your life. Dad has no say about it.
Yeah.
That's why you waited that long?
Yeah.
No way. Okay, so talk to me about when you the first day you loved it, sparring.
Loved it. Fell in love with it.
So did you immediately realize, because you're used to street fighting?
Yeah.
Did you immediately realize there's a lot more technique in boxing?
Definitely. Daniel showed me that. Definitely.
Right.
Yeah.
Right off the bat?
Yeah.
Like you're like, whoa, okay.
Yeah.
Stick and moving.
Block your head, move your head.
Yeah. Were you taking a lot of hits?
Yeah.
But you loved it.
I loved it.
Okay, so then how did it progress from there? What did you start training in next immediately?
I started training just kickboxing.
Yeah.
Just kickboxing. And then I seen Daniel doing jiu-jitsu. So, I told the owner of the gym, Juan,
yeah,
I want to get into jiu-jitsu too. So, he got me in there too. And just been training kickboxing, jiu-jitsu. And then now mainly MMA, mixing it with MMA.
And so how many fights have you had? Is this your first?
First MMA fight.
This is your first MMA fight in a ring?
In a ring.
But you fought, obviously, you do a lot of sparring.
Yeah.
Okay. And so what would you say is your your specialty? What are you the best at when you get in this ring, or so far, what is your best? What are you most comfortable with? What is it? Kickboxing? Is it jiu-jitsu? What is it?
I say striking.
Striking.
And I do love wrestling too.
And wrestling is a part of you. You haven't been wrestling that long.
No.
But you're already good at it.
Yeah, you could say that.
Yeah. And so as far as you would say kickboxing, you're going to do a lot tell the fans what can they look forward to seeing you in the ring? Like, what are they going to see?
A good show, striking, knockout, hopefully.
Yeah.
First round knockout.
And so you just now, how much do these guys mean to you? Are they helping train you? Tell me about how much they mean to you as like your family.
A bunch. My teammates, it not only helps me in the aspect of growing as a man, but getting me closer to God too. Building a relationship with God. And
come on.
It's just beautiful. The environment I'm with them is beautiful. The training I put in, the work, the sweat, blood, and tears I put in with them is just something I never had before.
Wow. A brotherhood.
Yeah.
And so, how many days a week are you training?
5 days a week.
5 days a week. Okay. How many hours a day would you say?
3 times a day and around an hour and 30 minutes each session.
So probably like 4 or 5 hours at least.
Yeah.
All right. So that's a lot of training, right? And for a normal human being, that's crazy.
Yeah.
For a fighter, it's not. So, but for a fighter and for you, what would you say at this point? Because that's a lot of training, getting in a ring, doing all this stuff. What is your main motivation? What keeps you going? And I call it the why. Why do you do what you do? What keeps you going? Like when you wake up early, to go through the blood, the sweat, the tears, like you said. What keeps you going, man? What's your main motivation? What's your why?
Just, I know I'm going to get older one day, and, I know one day I'm going to look back and, like, I could have done this. I could have been this, and, I don't want to die, and, God says, you could have been this as a list, and I'm not on that list, So I want to take advantage of, I'm young, I'm fast, so definitely just living up to my fullest.
Hey, man, listen, that's what it's all about right there, dude.
Yes, sir.
I can identify with that because, what drives me is to maximize my potential that God has given me.
Yes, sir.
We all have a God-given gift, and it's our duty to find out what it is and then give it back to the world, right?
Yes, sir.
To serve his children in his kingdom.
Yes, sir.
Right? Dude, I love that, man. I love it. All right, so parting words. You said they're going to see a show.
Yes, sir.
But tell me what kind of show they're going to see. Are you just going to be relentless? What's going to happen in your
just
next fight?
Aggressive.
Aggressiveness. Going to take it to them.
Yes, sir.
I love it, dude. And so give your fight camp a shout out before we end this interview. Tell them what's up. Tell them how much they mean to you. What's going on?
Coach Philly, Coach Tina, Coach Miguel, Juan, Coach Juan. I appreciate you guys. Coach Daniel, he's helped me a lot tremendously, and I don't know where I would be without them.
Yep.
So they mean a lot to me.
Love it, dude. Love it. Diego Gonzalez, ladies and gentlemen. That's a wrap, dude. It's been an honor. Good luck on your fight. Can't wait to see you fight, bro.
Appreciate it, brother.
You got it, man. Let's go.
Thank you.
Yeah.